another usage of ne is to replace more broadly the thing that we're talking about. So before I told you it's a quantity, but it can be used to replace the thing that we're talking about. So, for example, ieri ho avuto un problema al lavoro e ne ho già parlato con Valerio. Ieri ho avuto un problema al lavoro. Yesterday I had a problem at work. E ne ho già parlato con Valerio. And I've already spoken about it to Valerio. So that ne means about it. Ne ho già parlato. So ho già parlato means I've already spoken about it. Or I've already spoken. And that ne means about it. What would you do without the ne? How could you say that? I mean, if you've been struggling with ne, or if you're at a point where you could say stuff like this and you didn't use the ne, what were you using? Actually, I'm really interested to know because I can't think of another way of saying it. Ieri ho avuto un problema al lavoro e ho parlato del problema con Valerio. But why repeat? You don't want to repeat yourself, right? That's when the ne comes in. Here's a very tricky one. Sono andato in ufficio alle 9 e ne sono uscito solo ora. Sono andato in ufficio alle 9, I went to the office at 9 e ne sono uscito solo ora, and I've only gotten out now. Okay? So I've only left now. That ne sono uscito. Sono uscito means I left, right? So what's that ne? Well, it means of it. I came out of the office. I'm gonna flash the slide again. The key is of, okay? So whenever we're thinking of something, we are probably going to need ne in Italian. So why could you not use ci? I'm sure you're wondering because ci, as you know, replaces a place. And you're thinking, well, the office is a place, so why can I not use ci? I'm going to give you the answer in the next episode of Ask Manu Italiano because I want to keep this one under 20 minutes, hopefully. Another instance of ne is when it replaces a whole sentence. So if I say, hai voglia di andare al cinema, hai voglia di andare al cinema, do you feel like going to the cinema? Now, technically, I'm actually saying, do you have desire of going to the cinema? That's what we're doing, right? And if you want to say, no, non ne ho voglia, no, non ne ho voglia, I don't have desire of it. So that ne means di andare al cinema. So I don't have the desire of going to the cinema. So that ne is replacing a whole sentence. And the sentence could be much, much longer and the ne would still replace it. So what's the difference between lo, replacing the sentence meaning it, and ne? Again, it's the idea of. So you have to think about the sentence that you're building, that you're thinking, and see, if I wasn't to replace it, would I need the preposition of to make sense? If you would, then you need ne. If you wouldn't, then you need lo. I know. Sorry, don't hate me. So here's another quick fix. Yes, ne, we're gonna call it a pronoun even though it's not technically right. So it's just a pronoun, therefore it goes before the verb because these pronouns go before the verbs, you know that. It replaces a quantity of it, of one, or of them, or of those, or of her, of his, and so on. Or it replaces an object that would be preceded by of, or of the, if you were to not replace it. And I've just confused you. Now, hopefully not. So, here's a little bit of clarification. Vuoi un caffè? Ne voglio due. Do you want a coffee? I want two. That ne means of them. So if I were to not replace the coffee, I would have to say of them. I want two of them, therefore the ne replaces it. Quanti figli hai? How many kids do you have? Ne ho uno. I've got one of those kids, right? Quanti figli hai? Ne ho uno. Ne ho uno. I have one of them. Again, because you would replace it with of them, you wouldn't be replacing. Okay, let's try this. How many kids do you have? I have one them, or I have one of them. Which one is correct in English? I have one of them. Therefore, you're using of, therefore, ne would replace it. If you could say, I have one them, which you can't, then the direct object pronoun lo would work, or li, for example. So, mangi biscotti? Sì, li mangio. Yes, I eat them. So I can put the them directly after the verb without the of, then the direct object works. If I need the of, the ne works. Oh god. Here's another good sentence. È da molto che non vedo Lucia. It's been a long time since I last seen Lucia. Non ne so niente. Non ne so niente. I don't know anything about her. Or I know nothing of her. I don't know anything about Lucia. That's it. Again, that's an advanced usage of ne that replaces the topic, so of that topic. Okay, so what's coming up in the next episodes dedicated to ne? We're gonna look at more usages, more cases. We're gonna look at the exceptions, because so far we've kind of been following a pattern or a rule, but there are exceptions and I will talk about them. We're gonna look at a bunch of verbs that use ne as part of the infinitive and therefore create new meanings. And I'm going to give the answer to that question about the office. Why could you not use ci even though it's a place that we're replacing? So, if you're as exhausted as I am, take a deep breath, and hopefully I've done something in the editing to keep you entertained. If I haven't, please forgive me, and I will see you in the next episode. If you enjoy this kind of content, please consider liking the video, sharing it, especially this one. It's going to be a good one, this one. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and you can watch all the other episodes of Ask Manu Italiano by following the card that shows up there, and you will be taken to a playlist. That's it for today. Grazie mille ragazzi, ci vediamo la settimana prossima. Ragazzi, per non perdere nessuna lezione di italiano, attivate le notifiche. Si fa così. Prima vi iscrivete al canale, poi fate clic sulla campana vicino al bottone rosso e selezionate quest'opzione. Salvate e via! Facile, no?